So come on, let's go. You see the vibes? Big body shit. Quarantine, man. This is how quarantine, man. I'm on house arrest, so come on, let's go.
It's almost a shame, really. It seems that he lost his stuff as fast as he got it.
You know what I mean? Hondo.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all see it sit.
Oh, let me put this on for you too.
Oh, put this on.
Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
McLaren 600 LT. 6ix9ine owns a vast collection of luxury vehicles, but one of his most expensive is the McLaren 600 LT. McLaren is well known for creating ridiculously fast vehicles, and the 600 LT is one of those. The LT designation stands for long tail, reflecting the F1 GTR of 1997 with its lengthened bodywork. The 600 LT is equipped with an intense V8 that churns out 592 horsepower. It is said that the 600 LT can go from 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. It is built to be a sports car and definitely lives up to the name. It's definitely a crazy vehicle, but if you all see 6ix9ine driving this thing around, this car is one of the most expensive on the market right now and goes for about $300,000. It's also very rare, meaning not too many people have it, so it's cool that 6ix9ine was able to sport one.
6ix9ine is just a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And it has to do a lot with how I came up, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get too much into what 6ix9ine is, you know what I'm saying?
Let us know in the comments which car is your favorite from all the ones we put on this list. But don't stop watching now, 6ix9ine owns more crazy expensive cars that are sure to blow you away. Lamborghini SVJ. Here is another luxury vehicle that 6ix9ine owns. Once again, this sports car is one of few made, and it is very rare to see one on the road. The Lamborghini SVJ was created to embrace challenges head-on, combining cutting-edge technology with extraordinary design, and let's just say they definitely lived up to their word. The car features a 770 CV naturally aspirated V12 engine, capable of speeds greater than 217 miles per hour. It can also travel from 0 to 60 miles per hour within less than 3 seconds, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Along with the vehicle's impeccable dynamics, the magnificent V12 engine is an outstanding design. Top quality and exclusive materials blend harmoniously to create an ultralight body of great strength. Overall performance is amazing, as well as the looks of this vehicle. The SVJ is definitely one of the coolest looking Lambos on the market, and it's not a surprise that 6ix9ine would purchase one of these. But with all this comes a price tag, and well, the SVJ does not come cheap at all. To buy one of these things, you are looking to spend at least $500,000, if not more, on the car. Considering 6ix9ine decked his out and added some upgrades to it, we can estimate that this car cost about $700,000 in total. Now that is crazy. Imagine spending that much on a vehicle, but hey, when you're making that much money, why not indulge in a luxury car like this? Rolls-Royce Wraith. We covered the sports cars, now it's time to bring out the luxury comfort vehicle. 6ix9ine owns a Rolls-Royce Wraith, which is arguably the nicest car out there, propelled by a muscular engine that is the most powerful series model to carry the Rolls-Royce name. Wraith delivers a truly remarkable spirited drive unlike any other. This Grand Tourer comes with a rear hinged doors, and it can be customized in seemingly endless permutations. It's equipped with a turbocharged 6.6 liter V12, 624 brake horsepower to the rear wheels. Simply stated, this car is not only super luxurious on the inside, but it can also drive just like any sports car out there. Why not buy a Rolls Royce if you have the money? Indeed, it may be the most sporting Rolls ever, but it's still dripping in luxury. There are 4 finely proportioned seats, luxury materials across most surfaces, and head and legroom aplenty, even in the rear. Don't worry, the front seats electrically whir forward to allow anyone climbing in the back some extra grace. Overall, the price of this Rolls Royce is about $400,000 new, so you definitely aren't going to find this thing cheap. But sure enough, just like his other cars, 6ix9ine made sure to deck his Rolls Royce out with an upgraded engine and some modifications to the exterior. So we can say that added an extra $100,000 in total, giving 6ix9ine's Rolls Royce a price of about $500,000. It's just absolutely insane that 6ix9ine spent so much money on cars.
If you don't got this watch, I'm not beefing with anybody from New York if you don't got this watch.
If you don't got this watch right here, you a little boy to me. I'll kiss you on your forehead. You a little boy.
Richard Mille watches. It's overly common for rappers to display their wealth through jewelry, watches, and cars, but Tekashi took things a step further by wearing no less than 4 Richard Mille timepieces, 2 on each wrist. Complementing his colored braids, the rapper wore models with red, yellow, and green straps, alongside a diamond-encrusted model. I mean, what else can you expect from someone like 6ix9ine?
Yeah, the one
Easily. And that's new, right?
Right, yeah.
It's a little tricky to work out the exact models he's wearing as he's moving around a bit too much, but we're pretty sure he's wearing the following: RM1101, Robert Mancini, RM010 on red strap, RM010 titanium on yellow strap, and RM5102 tourbillon on diamond strap. He boasts that the diamond model alone is $1 million and could be a custom model, before saying, "That's 4, y'all ain't got one, y'all wouldn't even get one." You're looking at least $2 million worth of watches, and then there's the bling around his neck to match.
It's over. Y'all got, and I get it. If you got one Richard Mille or mine, whatever y'all rappers do, it's mine.
6ix9ine showed off all of these watches immediately after he was released from behind bars recently in his record-breaking Instagram Live, where over 2 million people tuned in to see the rapper freed. Well, I hope he's living it up after being free, as 6ix9ine really has spent a lot of money ever since his release. New house. About a month ago, 6ix9ine, who is serving time on home confinement, had to be relocated to a new house after the location of his rented home was leaked. Not a big surprise considering 6ix9ine has a lot of people looking for him. According to TMZ, a person who lived across the street from where Hernandez posted a photo of the rapper standing on a balcony and posted his address.
6ix9ine is literally, he moved into the house behind me. He's taking pictures.
A video circulating on Twitter reportedly showed the rapper on his balcony, which prompted his address to be shared online. Hernandez had been living at a rented property at an undisclosed location, according to previous reports. Good thing he moved, because this was definitely for his own safety, as you never know who could be out to get 6ix9ine these days. Well, unfortunately, it seems as though whoever leaked 6ix9ine's location has eyes on him and was followed to the new address. Just in a matter of a few hours, his new address was leaked and virally made its way around the internet. Now, that actually sucks. It must be incredibly frustrating for Tekashi 6ix9ine having to move from place to place, but the rapper hasn't previously been careful. However, hopefully this time he will take it seriously and stay hidden. I guess we will have to see what happens in the future, but we can assume based on previous occurrences, 6ix9ine will most likely have his address leaked once again and be forced to move to a new place. We don't know the exact price of his new house, but we can assume it must have been pretty expensive, and the fact that he had to relocate all within a few hours means he definitely spent some extreme amounts of money very quickly.
The teeth, man. It's $1 million piece, you heard?
Finding Nemo diamond shark chain. So how much would a gigantic Finding Nemo diamond necklace like Tekashi 6ix9ine's cost you? If you believe him, almost $1 million. Obviously, we must trust his word on this one, and it's probably true that the chain costed nearly $1 million considering the amounts of money he spent on the recent watch purchase. After being released from the cell and being allowed to serve the rest of his 2-year prison sentences from the comfort of his fancy New York apartment, 6ix9ine has been boasting about his extravagant purchases on his social media. But one piece in particular was insanely expensive: the diamond encrusted shark figure, which appears in Disney's Finding Nemo films, as well as his new video, which costed him $750,000. Overall, it's absolutely insane because in the past month or so, 6ix9ine has spent over $2 million on jewelry. He's also spent his money on cars and the new house he was relocated to. This has definitely been a spending month for 6ix9ine, but hey, he wants to celebrate his release, so why not buy some cool items? Grills.
Yeah, see this new smile.
Let's talk teeth. It's true that dentistry is expensive and fixing teeth can cost more than your life at times. And yet, when it comes to certain musicians and rappers, they like to show off their teeth in a different way, by either augmenting them or having custom grills made so that they can wear them. And 6ix9ine is most definitely no different. In fact, he got 2 different custom grills that he uses to show off his very unique style. One of them is rainbow colored, which is his personal favorite, and then the other is pure silver. And both of these items were made by Jimmy Boy. Despite its appearance, a lot of work went into making these teeth, and as such, it's not surprising that both sets of them were quite expensive. In fact, both ones are believed to have cost around $5,000 a piece. So he basically spent $10,000 for custom teeth that he can wear anywhere he wants. Would you spend that much on teeth? I don't know if I would or not. I can't afford the stuff that 6ix9ine can afford, but when I first saw those rainbow grills, I was like, this dude looks like he's got Skittles in his mouth. I'd be lying if I said that didn't grow on me over time. Now, of course, the irony is that pretty much all of his bling, which we'll still be talking about later, is gone. So again, he did some frivolous spending, and now it's costing him. Rings.
My man Jimmy did it again.
Y'all know what it is, baby. You see that?
Uh-huh.
Now watch this.
You're gonna see a lot of jewelry pieces in 6ix9ine's life on the list, and some are more expensive than others. Yet when you live the life, you're expected to have certain things on your body. This particular entry goes into what he puts on his hands, specifically rings of a very expensive nature. Now rappers love their ice, and flashing off stylized rings are a great way to show just how rich you are, and 6ix9ine didn't spare any expense to ensure he had worthy ice. Just like 6ix9ine, these rings are unique. One of them actually features a rainbow, while the other is the 6ix9ine, but that's just the start of it. In fact, there are 15 carats of diamonds and gold in those rings. All told, the rings cost around $17,000, and like other things on this list, they were custom made by Jimmy Boy. On one hand, it's fair that rings of this nature are expensive, but you can't help but question the style choices. Not to mention these are just the latest rings in 6ix9ine's ever-growing collection. But as is the irony with this list, while he does have rings, he can't wear them anymore. Not until he's out of prison. So once again, he spent money that he can't use or wear. Rolex. There are some things you just can't skimp out on when it comes to looking the part. And if you wear a watch, that's one thing that you can't mess up. Why? Because everyone looks at it when you walk by. Well, 6ix9ine made sure that no one judges him because of his watch, because he has a Submariner date Rolex. As you hopefully know, Rolex is a top brand of watches, and if you own even a low-end Rolex, you're doing pretty well, and thus 6ix9ine knew he had to get one. You also hopefully know that Rolexes are very expensive, and this one is definitely no exception. This particular watch cost $18,000, and the reason for this is because it's comprised of 18 karat gold, and that's just the start of what this particular Rolex can do. It's meant to be scratch proof, resistant to many types of damages, self-winding, has oyster in the handle of the watch, and so much more. This is a top of the line Rolex, and it's all his, or was, cars.
And I got a new piece coming, man. Shout out my boy Jimmy Boy, man. Coast to coast, man.
This should go without saying, but rappers know how to ride in style. Whether they own the car they're driving is up for debate, of course, but overall, you have to ride up to a place in style in order to get credibility. It's unclear how many cars 6ix9ine actually owns. He was once spotted in a Rolls Royce during an event, one that cost $400,000, but he did actually own it, or was it a rental? That's really unclear.
Book, man, y'all rent. We on rent, man. You hear it? Quarantine, man.
There are also numerous videos showing 6ix9ine in various rides, such as one video showing off his blood car, a stylish ride that he apparently customized himself, which is not cheap in and of himself, but still, there's a question as to whether he actually owns it. There's also another time where he rolled through the streets in a rainbow-colored beast of a car that was shown via Instagram Live. Rainbow is his thing, so it's very believable that he is the real owner. Many of the cars he's seen with are high-class models and brands. The custom wrap costs $5,000 to $10,000 fully custom wrap, and if it's paint, you're looking towards $20,000 plus for a color changing rainbow, for the complexity of the design and a lot of man hours. And if he has that in several cars, yeah, that's worth more than your life. Let's go back to the Rolls Royce for a second though. The thing is high class in every sense of the word. The particular model he was in was called the Phantom. It fully stocked can be about $580,000. But not only is it expensive, it's also fast. This car has a top speed of 155 miles per hour, and that's because of its blistering fast V12 engine, which also helps get the car from 0 to 60 in about 5.5 seconds. Now for you car guys, 155 mile an hour top speed is not very high, and 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds is also not very quick, but considering how big and how heavy a Rolls Royce is, that's pretty fast. So, not bad for a Rolls Royce, I'd say. Furthermore, the interior of the car is straight up classy. Seats are made out of leather. There's wood paneling, which you know is high class wood because it's a Rolls Royce, and it has a sound system that is meant to blast your ears off. And since it might be owned by 6ix9ine, that's a likely possibility. But the car was also built for safety and security in mind. This car has a rear camera, lane detection software, and more. I hope it's clear now why this car is so expensive. Whether he owns it or not is immaterial at this point, especially since he can't drive it. The Jigsaw pennant.
Now I can talk when I walk, you heard?
You ain't got to talk no more. He do the talking for you.
He do the talking for me.
Jigsaw. Holla at him.
Arguably the most famous of his tattoos outside of the 6ix9ine on his body.
6ix9ine is just a lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? And it has to do a lot with how I came up, you know what I'm saying?
Is that of the fictional character known as Jigsaw. He's a character from the horror movie franchise called Saw, which makes you wonder just what the intention is of not just having him on his body, in this case front and center on his face, but also by an iced out pennant. It shouldn't have to be said, but diamonds are expensive, and it said that the complete set was around $300,000. That's an insane amount of money just to spend on a necklace, especially one about a horror movie character. Creepy much? You don't know the half of it. It would have been easy for 6ix9ine to note that he did it because he loves the franchise, or is a horror movie fan, or just like the character, but many suspect that this is a much deeper meaning that does tie to the character.
You see, in Saw, Jigsaw is a man who tries to teach people the value of the lives they have. He thinks that many people are actually wasting their lives away. How does that apply to 6ix9ine? Well, despite his very crude songs and demeanor at times, he is a guy who understands what it's like to go and live a hard life. He started out poor, his father passed away when he was young, he's had numerous bouts with the law, and so on and so forth. So to many, they think that 6ix9ine got a tattoo of Jigsaw to remind him to not waste his potential, and to live life how he can, and not exactly how he should. Which may be noble, if he lived that promise to the fullest and not for self-betterment. 6ix9ine is known as one of the most controversial rappers in the world, and between his antics and his music, he's upset a great deal of the rap community. Chains.
Man,
y'all see
get
it?
hypnotized.
Anyway, man. Anyway it goes, still 6ix9ine, man.
When it comes to the music life, sometimes being flashy and stylish has to do as much about personality than anything else. You can choose to follow the trend, or you can be like 6ix9ine and actually try to set one, which is something I have to say I do admire about him. And 6ix9ine has a history with chains, including the Jigsaw one we just talked about earlier. And yet, he didn't stop there. He kept going. He also spent $150,000 on another neck chain, this time a choker, and he also went and made a spinning piece for his necklace shaped in a 6ix9ine, and it was designed by Jimmy Boy. Whether you think it's way over the top or not, and trust me, it's going to get way crazier after this, you have to admit that he really went all out on this. Yes, it wasn't cheap, but it also wasn't simple. He wanted to show off his style to the world, regardless of what they thought, and to do it like this really helps him stand out. Of course, we could all think of ways to spend $350,000 other than buying necklaces, but hey, it's his money, or at least it was. And there you have a list of things that 6ix9ine had and now doesn't have. Which do you think was the biggest blow to 6ix9ine? Which of these do you hope he doesn't get back? Is there anything of his that you wouldn't mind owning yourself? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on King Trending.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.